Good afternoon, everybody, and thanks so much for joining us here on KXAN Live. I'm Will Dupree. We have some pretty big news coming out of the sports world on the 40 acres. The University of Texas at Austin and the University of Oklahoma both have announced plans that they intend to leave the Big 12. We want to read you the two universities' joint statement now. So if you take a look, this is how it began. The University of Texas at Austin and the University of Oklahoma notified the Big 12 Athletic Conference today that they will not be renewing their grants of media rights following expiration in 2025. It goes on to say this: providing notice to the Big 12 at this point is important in advance of the expiration of the conference's current media rights agreement. The universities intend to honor their existing grant of rights agreements. However, both universities will continue to monitor the rapidly evolving collegiate athletics landscape as they consider how best to position their athletics programs for the future. Joining us now for some analysis and to break down kind of what this decision means is KXAN's sports director, Roger Wallace. Roger, thank you for being here.
Hey, Will. Boy, this thing has so many different tentacles, and I think the biggest thing you just read in that statement is, however. In other words, the media rights deal goes through the 2024 school year, so into 2025, but it seems very unlikely that these schools would hang around for 4 more years as Big 12 members, knowing they're going to another conference.
And we had received word kind of, or at least rumors, that this was coming, right?
Yeah, the story broke last Wednesday, and it caught everybody off guard, and it happened right before Texas A&M spoke at the SEC Media Days in Alabama last Wednesday. Houston Chronicle broke the story, and it kind of hijacked the media days for Texas A&M because they had to answer those questions. UT has been very quiet. Today is the first actual statement we've seen from UT, and it's come from the administration, not the athletic department. That's the first step. Again, obviously we think of this in terms of sports, but there's so much more to a conference than just that. But nothing from the athletic department, only from basically what we call the tower, and it was the statement they gave to the Big 12 Conference, and then recently the Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby obviously not happy with the decision. They had a meeting yesterday with A&M President, or Texas President Jay Hartzell and OU President Joe Harris, and basically most people believe trying to throw a little bit more money their way to keep them around.
Yeah, you just touched on it there. Why exactly would UT and OU be interested in going to, say, the SEC? We don't know officially that's where they're going just yet, but why would they want to leave the Big 12?
Well, I think it's just the landscape of college athletics, Will. I think people are convinced that in 10 years we might only have 4 conferences. So it's a bit of a game of musical chairs. Now, Texas and Oklahoma have the cachet, the brand, the resources that they can kind of call their shots. And the SEC geographically makes sense competitively, the recruiting, and don't underestimate that. We're talking about high school kids here, but they're having to recruit against the Southeastern Conference here, not only in Austin, but in the state of Texas. So suddenly if you knock on a young man's door and say, we're not only the University of Texas, but we're playing in the SEC against Alabama, against A&M, against LSU, that carries a little different weight. And then from a Texas perspective, Will, the home football schedule has always been a bone of contention because they play Oklahoma and Dallas every year. That's not a possibility for a home game. So suddenly you're down to the rest of the Big 12 schedule and a non-conference game or two. For instance, this year it's University of Louisiana, very good program, but doesn't get many people real excited. And Rice, they go to Arkansas, so their big non-conference game is on the road. They play Oklahoma and Dallas, and suddenly the home schedule isn't quite as appealing. That will change dramatically if, in fact, they join the SEC. But this is a decision above athletic directors and coaches, and a decision that's going to be made for a long time to come. Now, we said that about the Big 12, and it's been 25 years, and we don't know the status of the Big 12 going forward. But you have the name, image, and likeness. Student athletes can monetize. Suddenly, that component is a giant change in college athletics. So I think all that rolled into one means they were, looking for what they think is the best place to position themselves for the future.
And we just saw a few moments ago a statement coming in from the Big 12, and I'll just let you talk about this, Roger, as well as I bring this up on screen. This statement right here. Today, the Big 12 Conference received notice from the University of Oklahoma President Jay Harris and University of Texas President Jay Hartzell that their universities do not intend to extend their grant of rights when the current agreement expires on June 30th, 2025.
Well, and Texas and Oklahoma in their statement said through the grant of rights, because they're not just going to come out and say we're leaving early. And then negotiations most likely will happen. And most people believe if, in fact, it's a move to the SEC as early as next year or the year after that. And then there's that other question, Will, of what happens to the Big 12. Obviously, there are a lot of upset schools because this is a huge deal for Texas Tech, for Baylor, for TCU here in the state of Texas and beyond that. Kansas, Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State. But, Texas and Oklahoma, it's ironic, heated rivals, arm in arm, making this move. I talked to a former Longhorn, Quan Cosby, one of the all-time great receivers, earlier today. As I said, does that mean you guys are all buddy-buddy? He goes, nope, that's going to make this rivalry even stronger. But wow. You've got people in the administration that know what they need to do, and those are the two biggest brands in the Big 12. And I know people like to lob a lot of stuff Texas's way because maybe the brand hasn't matched the results. But, Texas beat Georgia in the Sugar Bowl. Texas beat Missouri in the Texas Bowl. They've had decent success against the SEC. So, yes, Alabama has kind of taken the SEC on their back to this stratospheric level, but after that, it's pretty even playing field. And I'm sure Texas is confident, and Oklahoma is certainly confident. They've been to the college football playoff a number of times that they can compete.
Yeah, and if you could explain, some people may have never heard of these grants of rights agreements. What is that exactly, and why is it valuable?
Well, it's the media rights. It's the television deal. Television drives everything, the dollars, and so they have deals with ESPN and with Fox through that 2024 season. So you're talking about 21, 22, 23, and 24. 4 more years that they are committed. So there's going to be a financial implication, a buyout. But when the Texas A&M left the Big 12, they did it in a year. They played 1 year before they went to the SEC. Everyone remembers the Texas A&M game on Thanksgiving 2011 in College Station, the Justin Tucker walk-off field goal, and then the Aggies were off to the SEC. So while they're saying all the right things contractually about this deal through 2024, realistically, I think the Big 12, if they know they're losing Texas, they want to figure their situation out. And then I don't think Texas and Oklahoma want to play as that quote-unquote lame duck school in the conference for 4 years. But those are the things that will have to be worked out. And again, Will, the other thing I should point out here, this was the first step today, and now the SEC, Big Ten, ACC, Pac-12, they can now invite Texas to join their conference. This step had to happen today before the next step is going to happen. Everyone assumes it's going to be the SEC. That's why the story broke. But everybody's scrambling a little bit over the last week. So who knows what we're going to see and hear over the next several days. Or could be as early as this afternoon or tomorrow, the SEC announces that they've extended a formal invitation to those schools.
Wow, and there is no reaction just yet from the SEC or any other conference at this point?
No, the only reaction has been from the Big 12 office and Commissioner Bob Bowlesby. Again, they met yesterday. Texas and Oklahoma didn't take part in a conference call late last week. That was obviously a pretty good indication of where things stood. And then yesterday, and they want to be good partners here, so they're not going to totally shut out the Big 12. But from everything that we've seen, it was more about the Big 12 stating their case. And, this thing's got to be so far down the road, Will, when you're talking about such a monumental decision that I'm not sure a 30 or 40-minute conversation is going to sway things, even if there's some more money on the table for these two schools.
All right. Well, Sports Director Roger Wallace, he has been tracking this all day and sharing the latest information, and I know that you all can trust him to find out even more and put it out there. So, Roger, thank you again for joining us. We appreciate it.
My pleasure. Crazy times, Will.
Yes, it is indeed. And if you'd like to learn more, it's available on our website right now. One of the top stories trending online for us here at KXAN. You can find it at KXAN.com or on your smartphone on the KXAN News app, so please download it if you've not done so already. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I'm Will Dupree here in the KXAN Live studio. We'll see you back here at another time. Please, everybody, stay safe. Take care.